Okay, you guys, I'm not going to be on here long. I just wanted to get on here to let you guys know that um, the newsletter has been updated on my website as of yesterday. I did go ahead and updated it yesterday on the website. So you guys should see that on there when you go on there. I also did include the temporary closure of my practice, um, pertaining to me being closed due to relocation. So I did include that on the newsletter because I know that a lot of times people don't go to the news portion of my website. So I wanted to let you guys know that as well. If you go over there and you see that on the website, hold on just a second. Okay, you guys, I am back. I know that a lot of times people don't go to the news portion of my website. So that is why I put important dates sometimes on the newsletter. I don't put a lot of stuff on my newsletter because I'm really expecting you guys to go to my website, actually read the news part of my website. That is pretty much why that is there. It keeps you guys informed of important information and important dates. But not only that, it keeps you aware of any changes with services and things like that. So there is an added feature that is now on the website. I did go ahead and put a calendar for you guys to go in and schedule um like group sessions that I will be doing for next month. I will be doing this temporarily closed. I will be doing this, you guys. So I believe the dates, the starting date is going to be June the 14th because I come back on June the 9th. And then, of course, I'm going to be getting situated on the website and everything. So, and, getting things back on track after relocating. So, um, the first date that I will be doing any kind of group sessions be June the 14th, and then again on I want to say June the 28th, I believe is the next date that I will be doing group sessions. These are only going to be anywhere from twice a month to three times a month, depending on the number of weeks in a month. So you guys can definitely look forward to that. So anywhere from two to three times out of a month, I will be doing group sessions that I will be doing. I'm not going to be doing this every week, you guys. This will only be done on Saturdays, and it will be done between 11 a.m. until noon. So when you guys go to my website and you see that extra calendar on there, it is literally for group sessions. Okay. Um, when it comes to the workshops that I will be doing, those will all be done on Zoom. Now, for the group sessions that I will be doing, I can host up to 100 people, but I prefer not to do that through Google Meet or any other kind of platform because of the availability of the number of clients, right? So with my virtual workshops, that is like literally 50 people, and that will be done on Zoom. Have it set up where at first where you guys would have to go and do the paperwork, and this is still the correct setup. You guys will have to go and do the paperwork, email me the paperwork back, and then once you do that, then you can go ahead, the completed paperwork. Once you do that, then you would get online and you would go ahead and pay for um, a reservation for the group sessions, because I only have a limited amount of people that will be able to attend that. And I believe that my limit is at 15 for group sessions every other Saturday. So, in the event you want to join the group sessions that I will be doing on Saturdays, and it is booked up, you will have the opportunity of scheduling with me um, literally the next time that I do group sessions, which would be not the next following Saturday, but the Saturday after that. So it is definitely going to be important that you guys go ahead if you want to participate in the group sessions. It will be important that you guys go ahead and you complete your paperwork, which is all on my website for the pre-registration form. This form is the form that you would need to fill out for any virtual sessions, um, not virtual sessions, but I guess you could say virtual group sessions and any workshops that I'm doing on my website. That is the form you would need to complete every time you do something like that with me, because it spot for you. I have your information, and not only that, it kind of keeps a tally of the amount of people that will be participating in that. Now with these more virtual sessions like group sessions and workshops, these things are non-refundable because of limited seatings, and I literally have a tally of the number of people who will be participating. I know with my group sessions every other Saturday, it will be up to 15 people. And then for my, virtual workshops and, bigger workshops, those will be limited for 50 people. Okay, so it's going to be important that you guys fill out the paperwork, have the paperwork completed, email it back to me, fill it out in its entirety, and submit your payment in online. Once you do that, then you can go in, know who will be attending. Okay, so it's not going to be first come first serve. It's more along the lines of there is a limited capacity of people that I can host in these particular sessions. And I know with my group sessions, my limited capacity is 15 people. So that is the amount of people that I can host for these group sessions. And then for my virtual, online workshops that are literally 2 hours, um, it's literally up to 50 people, you guys. It's up to 50 people who can, attend these more bigger workshops that I will be hosting. So with those bigger workshops that I will be doing, they will be done via Zoom, but everything else will be done via Google Chat, Google Meet. Um, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Google Meet, but that if I'm not doing phone, chats and or okay. I'm just getting all kind of emails right now, you guys. Or any kind of like my group sessions, which are pretty small, but I'm still, servicing a bigger audience because 15 people is not, a small number. 15 is quite a number of people in a Google meeting, for group sessions. So, and all of these meetings are private and they're literally not recorded. They're not going to be recorded. So it's going to be important that you guys attend these things that you are booking with me. So I do know group sessions will have a max capacity up to 15 people. It's one of my smaller events that I will be doing on the website. And, and so happily you miss one Saturday, you do have the opportunity to catch it the next following Saturday. Um, and in some months, and sometimes it may be twice. And for the month of June, it will be twice for the month of June on the 14th and the 28th. So you would just go to the document tab on my website and scroll down until you see pre-registration form. And that is the form that you need to complete and fill out in its entirety to reserve your spot for these particular events that I'm doing online. Once you do that and you email me the paperwork back and you submit your payment off, then you can go in and book on the calendar. Once you book on the calendar, you're pretty much reserved, for that particular event. And another thing that you guys do need to keep in mind, whatever email that you use on your paperwork, make sure that that is the email that you use when you get your confirmation once you book on the calendar for group sessions. Reminders and things like that. And I did bring that up yesterday that when you guys go to my website, when you guys go on my website and you book for certain sessions and things like that with me, uh, you do have the option to be notified via email, text reminders of your appointments and things like that. So you may get a text alert, you may actually get an email confirmation or an email reminder letting you know about your appointment with me, whether it's via phone, via video chat. I know with my follow-ups, they're all done over the phone, and in some cases, I may even do a video chat with you at some point in time in our follow-up. And I normally do this towards the end of our session. So there's 45 minutes with me in follow-up sessions. So normally what happens with your um, wellness plan, okay? And then, after 25 minutes of video chatting and things like that, the other 20 minutes is really video chatting, okay? I may tell you that we do need to switch to video chat, or I will send you a private link, okay, to kind of see you in person and to see if there's any questions that you have, follow up with you, go over anything, review anything, not all the time, um, because I'm one of these practitioners where I will kind of show you your paperwork and show you what's going on so that you have a clear idea what's going on. If there's any edits or changes that need to be made, it will give you the opportunity to ask me any questions or pretty much, go over After that, um, the next, I want to say 15 minutes is really going over your wellness plan, seeing if there's any adjustments that need to be made. You know, any things you want to add, things you want to take away, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. You know, and then after that 25 minutes of video chatting and so on, I would then send you a private link towards the end of our session to really, you know, have that visual face-to-face interaction, and I can overall, you know, make observations with your physical, mental, and emotional state of being, to see overall where you're at, and you know how you're maintaining yourself in your progress. So that's pretty much how my setup is. It's the same thing um, with the follow-ups that we will be doing. Now, your first visit with me will be done video chat. It will be done video chat. It will definitely be done video chat so that we can go over your wellness plan. And this is why it's important that you do all of your required paperwork, because it gives me an outline of how to create your wellness plan. Okay. And it's pretty much how things are, you guys. I'm not one of these practitioners where I just talk to you on the phone and that's it. You know, I may send you some resourceful information. I may even send out referrals. I mean, there's just a lot that can happen in these follow-ups. It's not just you checking in with me and that's it. I do at some point in time do and would like to just do a video chat with you to take notes on how things are with you, since we are doing telehealth services. Okay. I also did tell you guys in the near future, I will be meeting my clients in person. You guys have to understand, I'm not just contact me, nursing homes who contact me, people in hospitals, okay, where they're needing to send their clients to people like me, okay, and I have to actually go in and assist these clients in these practices, okay, whether it's at private facilities and things like that, where I have to actually go in person and service individuals in larger groups in person, okay. So that is something that I will be doing in the near future, okay. As of right now, my practice is not doing that because everything is done telehealth wise. So like I said, it's going to be important that you guys fill out all required paperwork. Even if you attend the group sessions, you need to complete a form each time you attend these sessions, okay? Because it keeps a tally of the number of people who I know will be there for that particular event, okay? #28. Same thing with virtual sessions. You know that you're going to be there. You know that you're going to attend. Go ahead and do your paperwork and submit your payment off when that opens. Okay. I don't have a date right now for the first workshop. For the second workshop, I'm looking around the end of August, somewhere in August. The first workshop will be done sometime in July. Once again, I don't have a date right now for both of the workshops, but I know they're going to be towards the end of the month. So the end of July, the end of August, for both workshops. Workshop number 1 for the end of July, workshop number 2 for the end of August. So when that time comes and, you know, I put the calendar on the website for the workshops, it is so that you guys can reserve a spot and get on the calendar. Who I know who's going to be there, who's all attending, okay, so that I can know how many, um, you know, like for these workshops, there's hands out and things like that. So I can know who's getting what and so on, you know, who's getting, you know, hands out and other hands-on material. This is why I have to do this, you guys, to kind of keep a tally. Now, I know with the group sessions, everything will be kind of done virtually. Um, and you guys can definitely take notes in these group sessions. It's just going to be like a classroom in these group sessions that I will be doing on Saturdays. But for these more larger workshops, it's a little bit more hands on, you guys. And that is why those particular things will be done on Zoom that can host a lot of people, like up to 100 people on Zoom. I think for my account, I can host up to like 200 people on Zoom. So I know there that you guys um, make sure that you fill out that paperwork in its entirety. So you guys have an idea of what the workshops are going to look like and what's going to be presented, for the workshops. If you go to the workshop tab of my website, you guys will kind of have an idea of what to expect, what's going on. I know that these are the first two summer workshops that I will be doing. And then I may, don't quote me on this, I may do a fall workshop. I may do a fall workshop. So this is one of these things where people are kind of requesting these types of workshops from here, and people that I talk to, they're interested in certain things. So this you guys will give you guys more hands-on experience. Just like if I'm sending out shop is going to be done on, for example, I'm just going to throw, this is not the exact date, July the 19th, because I normally do my workshops on a weekend, okay, on a weekend or a weekday. Most likely a weekend that I'm not doing group sessions is when I will be doing these workshops. And I send you guys out your material. Your material will be sent out a week to 2 weeks ahead of time. So that way you have your hands-on material. You have everything that you need while we're in the workshop. Okay. While we're in there, you have everything that you need to be able to, be prepared. Okay. And then it also gives me time to know if you're missing some material. Okay. Or your material is damaged, right? That way you have time to reach out to me and let me know, hey, Akina, and then I can go ahead and send all what you're missing out of your kit. So that way you can be prepared when it comes time to do the workshop. I, I most likely will be sending out the materials 2 weeks ahead of time, at least 1 or 2 weeks ahead of the date of the workshop. So if you guys know for a fact that you're going to be attending the July workshop in the month of July, whatever day that I choose, I will most likely be taking payments and all of that sometime around maybe the middle of June. I will be collecting payments um, for the workshop in July. I just want you guys to understand what I'm going to be doing here. This gives you guys time to get your material for the workshop ahead of time. And I'm saying towards the middle end of June, right? Okay, you guys, I lost connection there, but I'm back now. I had to hook my phone up to my battery pack, but I wanted to, continue on with this. That like for these workshops, I will most likely be opening up um, registration for the workshops, most likely towards the middle or end of June. And the reason why I'm going to do this is because, like I said, it's going to give me time to know how many people. So, um, okay. In the event, like I said, you guys receive your kits and all of your items, something may be missing, which I'm not expecting that, but I'm human, I'm not perfect, things happen. In the event your items are missing or damaged, this will give me time to be able to send you items that may be missing out of your kit. Okay. Or to send you out replacement items before the workshop. Now, there will be a deadline for registration of these workshops. Not so much lenient on the group sessions because, like I said, there's not going to be handouts or anything like that for the group sessions. Now, for the virtual workshops, you will be given handout, you will be given material and things like that that you're going to need for the workshops. So this is why I um definitely would need for you guys to complete the registration and things like that. So I will be opening up registration for the virtual workshops sometime towards the middle or end of June. So be on the lookout for that. I don't have a date for July for the workshop, but sometime in June, I will be opening up that registration for that. And I'm not sure if there's going to be a calendar on the website for that. There may be, I may put a calendar on that for you guys to go in and schedule for those virtual workshops that I will be doing. And then again, I may not do a calendar for that. I may not schedule for that, like a booking calendar. I think that's going to be more along the line of you guys. Well, then again, I may have to set that up. I may have to set that up, you guys. I may have to set that up. And the reason why is because that's going to interlink with Zoom and a tally and the number of people who will be able to attend. So you guys will be able to go in and reserve on the calendar for that particular date and fill out your paperwork. And I think there's a part on the paperwork where you can go in and submit for the group sessions or virtual sessions. So there is a form on the website for that, for either or. You just want to make sure that you check off the correct boxes for each particular event. So I will be adding something on the Book With Me calendar. And then not only that, um, I will be informing you guys of registration deadline for the July workshop, which there will be a 2 to 3 week registration deadline. Okay, so that's why I'm telling you guys that I will be opening up registration sometime at the beginning of, um, in the middle of June going into July. And then I will be closing off registration for that as we're getting close to the workshop date, which will still be at the end of the month. And like I said, this will give you guys time to get your kids and get everything going. And I will inform you guys of tracking information for your kids. I only deal with USPS, so this is why I need a tally of the number of people who will be attending so that I can get your supply kit sent out to you. Okay, so I can have time to work on all of that, get your supply kits ready, which sometime in June, I will be working on these kits. And I'm expecting a busy month for the month of July. It's going to be busy, you guys. Between the group sessions and the workshops and other things that I will be doing, it will be very busy, you guys. So I probably will be working on these supply kits sometime at the end of June. Once I can start getting a roundabout of registrations and kind of know, I'm expecting to create about maybe 50 kits. 50 kits, give or take, will be sent out. So I have a lot of supply shopping to do at the end of June going into July so that I can get those kits out. And I am going to let you guys know that those kits will be mailed out sometime at the end of June, first week in July. We have to also factor in the 4th of July, which could delay mail. So to get a head start of that, I most likely will be sending out those kits sometime in the end of June, going into July. Okay, so even if it's after the 4th, you will still receive your kits. Okay, but I will be getting them ready sometime at the end of June, going into the 4th of July break. And then after the 4th of July, I will be sending those kits out so that you guys have those kits ahead of time. So that's kind of the time frame for that. But I know that this is a lot of information, and it's getting pretty overwhelming because now I'm adding more features and more services into the pot. and then of course I have my natural products that I will be making and selling. Now all of that will be done locally. And you guys are not partnered with Essity or anything like that. So I do need to start working on partnering with these other companies like Essity sometime in the future. But the natural product making will be done, like I said, sometime in August for those products to be ready to go and ship, out to you guys locally, folks who are going to be buying from me locally in the month of September. So those are going to be local things for right now until I kind of branch out and start servicing all across the world. But for right now, you guys, I was getting ready to say that even for the August workshop, I'm going to start getting those kits ready sometime, just like with for June, for July. I'll probably be getting that together for July, for August. If you plan on attending the August workshop that I will be doing, which it's going to be the same protocol. I'm going to go ahead and get those things ready so that you guys can have your kits ahead of time. And this is why these workshops are kind of done at the end of the month, because it gives you guys a whole entire full month to kind of get prepared, get your kits, and get ready. Okay. So I have to work on some PowerPoint presentations for these group sessions. I was working on one about a month or so ago, and I need to complete that PowerPoint presentation. And then, the one for June the 28th, I'm definitely going to be working on that PowerPoint presentation. here soon, sometime after we move. So there's 2 PowerPoint presentations that I need to work on um, for the month of June, and then start getting these supply kits ready to be shipped out the first week in July after the 4th. I do have to go out of town on July the 13th, maybe. I actually have to get in contact with the doctor about that. And the reason why it's a maybe is because I have workshops that I'm going to be preparing for and coming up. And then, of course, I'm still going to be dealing with us getting settled into our new home. And I have some other legal obligations going on in the month of July. So um, it's definitely a lot, you guys. Definitely a lot. So that's why I told you guys the month of July is going to be really, really busy for me. But I'm going to get off of here. I'm going to eat lunch. I'm not here to take up my whole Sunday with this. And I'm definitely not here to I'm definitely not here to take up you guys this whole Sunday, but I just kind of wanted to let you guys know what's ahead for June and July, because now we're starting to get into these group sessions and workshops that I will be doing. So I'm going to recap what I've said. I will be adding the calendar on the website for the virtual workshops for the month of July and August for registration sometime in the middle part of June. Okay. Going into the first week of July, I will be sending out supply kits to your home for individuals who have paid for these workshops, and you've already reserved your spot. You will start to receive your kits for the workshops for the month of July. And then when August comes around, I'll do the same protocol for that workshop, opening up registration. As of right now, I do have my calendar open for group sessions that I will be doing for the month of June. Starting June the 14th, I will be doing group sessions the 14th and the 28th. Okay. This will be after I transition into my home and things like that. And I am settled. And then from there, I will be doing group sessions. Okay. Those will be done every other Saturday from 11 a.m. until noon for 1 hour. Okay. Those are not going to be recorded. There is a max capacity of 15 people, and registration is open as of right now for that. Okay. So I am going to make an announcement on my website because we're getting into we're in the first part of May. So I will be setting a registration opening date for the group sessions, most likely at the end or the middle part. So most likely between the middle to the end part of May, I will be opening up registration for group sessions. I'm not doing registration right now. I just have the calendar on the website for right now for the month of June. So you guys are going to see that when you go over there to the website, if you're subscribed over there. Registration for that will be opening sometime in I want to say the second or third week of May. Okay. I'm really leaning towards the third and fourth week of May. Yeah, I'm going to stick to the third and fourth week of May. Registration for group sessions will be opening. There will not be a an ending date, and if there were going to be an end date for registration for group sessions, it will definitely be done most likely the first week in June. Okay. Um, so registration will be open because these are group sessions, and if there's a max capacity for that. It's not as big as my workshop. So there is no registration end date for that. Okay. So I'm just letting you guys know that registration for the group sessions will be open the third or fourth week in May. Okay, I have not selected a registration start date. Please do not submit your paperwork off and schedule on the calendar right now, because I'm not accepting payments right now for group sessions. Okay, all of this will be once I come back to my practice, but the calendar is on the website. Okay, and I wanted to go ahead and get it on there because I know that my practice will be temporarily closed. Put my banner back up here. Will be temporarily closed here in the next couple of weeks. Okay. And of course, I'm in the preparation state of transitioning out of my home where I'm at now into my new home. So this is why I'm kind of doing things in advance, you guys. Even with the newsletter, I wanted to go ahead and get that on the table, get that out the way. So registration for group sessions will be opening the third or fourth week in May. Okay, maybe right in the time when I'm going to be transitioning out of my home, okay, into my new home. So you guys will be able to go ahead and get your paperwork in. And when I do come back, I already know who's going to be attending group sessions around that time, around June the 14th. Okay, so that is the plan right now. And I will put an announcement on my website when registration will be opening for group sessions, so that you guys can go ahead and get on the calendar and get your paperwork submitted in and make your payment. Um, and you can make payments during the time that I will be closed. What will happen is when I do come back, I will just collect all of your payments, get all of your paperwork together, and know who's going to be attending group sessions on June 14th. So it'll keep me in the loop on who's coming, who's attending, what max capacity am I working with, and so on. And for the virtual sessions, there will be a registration open day and deadline, because that is a more bigger event there compared to the group session. So if you guys have any questions, you can email me at akinagardenhealing@gmail.com. If you have any questions or concerns about any of this, or you have any questions about the group sessions or workshops, you can email me. Between these seminars and workshops, yes, you guys, I'm going to be pretty busy. And I definitely do need to look at my calendar for the month of July and August for these workshops. There may be a fall workshop. There may be. Don't quote me on that, you guys. It's just there's a possibility. If not, as far as you guys know, there's 2 workshops that will be done this year. Okay. Because we're starting after July and August, we're going to start getting into the fall with the natural product making that I will be doing for my website. And that is more going to be local things there for that. So, and then, I do have my shipment calendars for that, for individuals who will be purchasing things from me locally. You will be able to know which dates and shipment days for the remainder of this year, starting in September, all the way until the end of the year. Okay, for Christmas shopping, Thanksgiving, all these holidays that are coming up. You guys, I have my work cut out. I'm going to be busy. I'm not going to lie. I'm already overwhelmed and I haven't even really started yet. So things are starting to kind of amplify here with the practice, and I just wanted to keep you guys in the loop on what's going on and what to prepare for, what to expect, and there is a process here. So I'm going to get off of here. If you guys have any questions, you can definitely email me, and I will respond to your emails, questions, suggestions, etc. So you guys definitely have a good weekend and stay safe. And I will see you guys in the next one.